Do not let anyone define your own identity. I don't care if that person is your dad, is your mum, is your husband, is your boss, is your friend. I don't care. Hi everyone, Abdel Camará here. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the 3 important personal development aspects to consider before you jump into self-growth. In my previous video I talked about how important personal development was for me in my journey, and after that a few people asked me but how do I actually start with this personal development thing? I thought it was a good idea to actually talk about how you can start your self-growth. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel, because I'm going to be dropping a video every single week about personal development and business development. Many people want to make self-growth a daily, lifelong goal. And in fact, talking about goal, I'm going to be bringing you a video in this channel about how to set up goals that can actually change your life. But for today, the subject is slightly different. As I was saying, many people want to make self-growth a lifelong goal, but then they neglect these 3 aspects for self-growth. And I believe these have to be right from the beginning in order for it to be effective in your life. So your first aspect is improving your self-awareness. This simply means knowing yourself. This is the number 1 reason why people give up on things. It's because they don't understand themselves, and therefore they go forward trying to do something and they end up not even finish that activity or whatever they had as a goal for themselves. This happened to me right from the beginning. I didn't really know myself and I was trying to do X, Y, and Z. And obviously, I never actually ended up finishing any of those projects because I didn't know truly who I was and what I was trying to get to. Okay, so knowing yourself is a very, very, very important step, and this is probably the most important step throughout all this personal development thing. Because if you don't know yourself, and I mean fully knowing yourself, how do you think you're going to proceed with your plans of self-growth? And the reality is, nobody really knows you better than you. Nobody really understands your weaknesses, your strengths better than your own self. This is a great opportunity for you to grab a piece of paper, sit down, just write down the things you know about yourself. Now, that said, I also want to emphasize this. It is very important that you don't rush this exercise. Don't do it quick just in order to. You want to make sure you're doing the right thing, and you want to list them all down. And this is just you, your pen and the paper, and take your time to do this right. During this process, just don't make the same mistakes I made, which is trying to judge myself. So I don't want you to judge yourself. I just want you to write whatever strengths, weaknesses that you have. I've had clients coming to me and say, but I don't have any strengths. That is simply not true. All of us have great strengths and weaknesses. We just need to identify them. Sometimes it takes time until you actually understand what your strengths are in what areas. That's why it's so important that we try many things in our lives. What if you don't try things? Don't be scared to try this because I don't know how I'm going to react. Yes, that's exactly the purpose why you should try them. It's like me, when I was starting this journey, I didn't know many things about myself. And the only way I found them was trying and failing, then thinking, wow, I love this. This is actually something I really, really like. Right? Now, the second aspect is knowing and building your own identity. Everyone is different, and we'll only grow when we truly know what it is that we want in life. And for us to understand this concept of knowing what it is that we want, it has to begin by knowing our own identity. From my own experience, I know for the fact if you depend solely on other people's opinion to validate your own identity, the chances are you're going to be lost in this process of self-growth. And what I mean by this is very simple. We've all been through this, predominantly when we were younger, but it still happens today for many adults, which is basically, when we look at somebody, we want to be like him. We start walking like him, we start talking like him, we start doing even some expressions that we use just like that person, just for us to be likable, to fit in a environment. And when you do that, basically you're shooting your own identity in the foot, because that's not you. You're trying to be somebody else in order to be likable. Do not let anyone define your own identity. I don't care if that person is your dad, is your mum, is your husband, is your boss, is your friend. I don't care. Those people have no rights to define your identity. And I mean, you shouldn't let anyone define your identity just because you want to be accepted or you want to be approved by them. And what's the benefit of doing that? Zero. Because look, I promise you this, if you can be the best version of yourself, I can guarantee you'll be way more liked by other people, way more respected, and way more trusted as well. I remember when I was starting working, the things I didn't know, I was pretending I knew them. Because obviously, my boss needed to see that I knew everything. That is just wrong. Until the moment I actually understood that it's okay not knowing something. And it's okay to say, I don't know this. Until that happened, people actually start seeing you as somebody they can trust. And your confidence just goes through the roof as well. And that said, this takes me to the third most important aspect of self-growth, which is discovering and developing your talents. And let me be clear, this aspect of the personal development talks about your talents, not the talents of other people have that you don't have. Do you know what I mean by that? You do? Okay, cool. We as humans tend to compare ourselves with every single one person around us. We keep comparing ourselves to other people, but we never take the time to truly understand who do we want to become as a person. Because my way and my life is mine. I cannot live my life trying to live somebody else's life at the same time. And that's why discovering your talents is going to help you boost your confidence in so many areas in your life. But you need to take time and devote time to understand what your talents are. I would say be very careful with that. Don't compare yourself too much. And against me, I talk here, right? And everything I'm bringing to you guys in this channel is basically a reflection of the things I've been through myself, okay? And I remember clearly I used to compare myself to other people. So if these people have this, I want to have that as well. But the reality is, right, those people, they're not me. I truly believe that everyone has what they call the God-given talent, including you. Are you with me? You have talents you don't even know about, probably. That's why it's important to take time to develop those talents and learn what talents you have the most. And that's why trying different things helps that. Reading is something that really opened my eyes. Talking about reading, there's this book called check that book out, give it a quick read, or give it a read, and then tell me in the comments what you think about that. But like I was saying, if you only do one thing every single day, the chances are you're not going to discover any other different talents. So there you have it. These were the three very important personal development aspects to consider for self-growth. I hope these three aspects will help you start your own journey into self-growth. But if you need any help, I'll leave some links below where you can get in touch with me and we can talk about it. I'll be more than happy to help you start your own self-growth journey, because I genuinely believe that's the only way you're gonna get the best out of your own life. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because as you know, I'm going to be dropping a video every single week about personal and business development. And if you didn't like the video, Please leave the comments below as well and tell me why you didn't like the video, so then I can go ahead and learn from my mistakes. If you have any questions regarding the content I covered in this video, just please leave your comments below with the hashtag #HeyAbdel, and I'll be more than happy to answer to every single one of them and give you guys the best help I can possibly give you. So yeah, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and please share with your friends and family and help me grow this channel. Peace.